Hey everybody, today we're going to be looking at a deck I like to call Mr. Steal Your Girl, or Guy because it is 2019. So what does this deck do? This deck basically takes everything your opponent loves and holds dear to their heart and uses it against them. And I say that with a smile on my face because I love to see, or at least imagine their face when I do so. Now, how do you do that? Well, the first card we're going to look at is called Dead Man's Chest. It's a 2-drop, it's an enchantment, it enchants creature an opponent controls, and this is important, it's creature an opponent controls, not any creature, so you can't do it to yourself. When that creature dies, exile cards equal to its power from the top of its owner's library. You may cast non-land cards from among them for as long as they remain exiled. And you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast those spells. So if the power is 2, you exile top 2, and you may cast those spells for as long as they remain exiled. It's a very good card. Only drawback is that you cannot exile those creatures, otherwise the ability won't activate it. It's an enchantment, so your opponent can destroy the enchantment pretty easily. And then you need a way to actually kill that creature. You could kill the creature with direct combat damage, or what I like to do, and I put into this deck specifically, is use burn spells. I put 2 different type of burn spells into this deck. I put Lightning Strike, and obviously 2 different arts just to have a little variety, and then I put Shivan Fire. Now I like Lightning Strike because it is a 2-drop and it deals 3 damage to any target. You do not have to actually target a creature, you could target an opponent directly or target a planeswalker. Now the reason why I chose Shivan's Fire is that it's a 1-drop, it's an instant, it deals 2 damage to our creature, and if you want to kick it for 4, making it a 5-drop in total, you can deal 4 damage to our creature instead, which works really well with Dead Man's Chest, which enchants a creature in opponent controls. Now, there is a major drawback for Shivan's Fire, and I've actually come across it in, I want to say, more games than I like to admit, is that it only targets a creature. So you cannot target a planeswalker, and you cannot target an opponent's life directly. Now, this may not seem like a big deal because most people play creatures, but there are definitely decks, specifically control decks, that don't really play a lot of creatures, and then Shivan Fire kind of, a dud card in your hand that you really can't do anything with. And it's a little bit sad. However, it's still a really good card, and it will work. I want to say 75 to 80% of the time, it will work. Now, I will get back to Enchanting Melody, and I will explain why I don't want to go into it right now. Thief of Sanity is a really good card that I love, and it goes really well with the theme of the deck. It's a 3-drop, it's 1 blue, 1 black, 1 colorless, it has flying, it's a 2/2, and then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you basically look at the top 3 cards of that player's library, choose 1, exile it, and then you may cast that card and spend any mana to do so as long as the card remains exiled. Now this is very important. Even if Thief of Sanity dies, you can still cast that card, which is really cool. However, another drawback to this card is that it is a 2/2, not a lot of toughness, very easy to kill. So what usually happens if you don't have a way to protect it is that you cast Thief of Sanity, either it gets bounced back, or exiled, or killed. So really not much you can do about that. Plus, since it's only a 2/2, if an opponent has even a 3/3 flyer, it can't get through. However, overall, it's still a really good card, especially with your bird, usually can, make it that you have an opening with Thief of Sanity. Now, I love Mnemonic Betrayal. There are only 3 Mnemonic Betrayals in this deck because it is an expensive card. Let me explain. Even though it is only a 3 cost, what it does is it exiles all cards from all opponents' graveyards, and then you may cast those cards this turn, and you may spend any time mana to do so. However, at the end of the turn, those cards go back to the graveyard. Now, keep in mind, you do not get to cast them for free. You actually still have to spend mana to cast those cards. So a 3-drop will turn into, even for a 2-drop, will turn into now a 5-drop. And now if you want to cast something that's 4, well, that's now a 7-drop, which is very, very expensive. This is usually late game, and the only reason why I have 3 is that you will usually draw this late game. If you had 4, and it's happened to me before when I played to set it out, is that you would draw more Mnemonic Betrayals within the first 6 turns. You would have maybe 3 copies, and you can't really do much with that anyways. However, 3 I think is the perfect number for it. It's a really good card, usually a late sweeper, but you can use it early game. Hasha Taker. I love this card. It is a creature, it is a 4-drop, a little bit expensive. However, when it enters the battlefield, exile another target creature or artifact, and this is important because I forget sometimes that you can also target artifacts until it leaves the battlefield, and then you may spend any mana to do so. Now, this is very important. When you cast Hostage Taker and you take the card. If you do not choose to cast that card and Hostage Taker dies, that card goes back to the field under the opponent's field, unless you use it for yourself. Yeah, unless you use that on yourself, then it goes back to your field. However, if you use that on your opponent's creature or artifact, it goes back to their field. So keep in mind that when you cast it, you want to make sure that you can either play it or your opponent has no way to kill Hostage Taker, or you're okay if they kill Hostage Taker and that card goes back to their field. It's still a very good card, however, because it only has 3 toughness, it's very easy to kill as well, and it's a 4-drop, so it's a little bit expensive. That's why I only have 2 of them. Now we're going to look at Nicol Bolas. I like Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas is a very good card, of course, because it is Nicol Bolas. However, he actually serves 2 purposes in this deck. So he's a 4/4, he's a flyer, 4/4, which is already a pretty solid card. When he enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card, so it's not targeting, so each opponent just discards a card. And then you may pay 7 and transform it into his Planeswalker ability. Now you may be asking, like, oh, he discards a card. How do you take something from, you know, your opponent, use it against them? That kind of goes against what this deck does. Well, not really, because his +2 is draw 2, which is still good. His -3, deal 10 damage to target creature or planeswalker. You could actually activate his -3 twice, since he does come in with 7 loyalty, before you have to start plussing him. Now his -4 is where you really can take something your opponent loves and use it against them. Put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You can choose something from their graveyard and then use it against them. Now, you might ask, like, well, how do you get cards to the graveyard? As we saw before, we have those lightning strikes, and Hostage Taker even, you know, if they kill the stuff that you put on the field. However, Nicol Bolas himself makes your opponent discard cards, and therefore makes it easier to actually take stuff that they love. And that's why he is in the deck. Eldest Reborn is kind of in the deck for the same reason. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, which is good control and works well with Dead Man's Chest. Each opponent discards a card, again for the same reason that it could activate Nicol Bolas' -4. And then its 3 is put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard on the battlefield under your control. You can still take something, you know, from your opponent's graveyard. Same reason why Nicol Bolas is in the deck as well, and then use it against them. You can also choose something from your graveyard, like Thief of Sanity, if it does die easily, and then start taking more stuff from their library, and that's why it's really in the deck. I'm going to look at Angrath the Flame Chained. He's a planeswalker, he's a 5-drop, which is a little bit expensive. His +1 is each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life, which is good and helps activate Nicol Bolas' -4, as well as the Eldest Reborn. His -3, which directly takes something from your opponent, is gain control of target creature until the end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste, and then sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step if it has converted mana cost 3 or less. This does not mean you can only take cards with converted mana cost 3 or less. You can take any creature as long as it doesn't have hexproof. However, I would highly recommend trying to go for those cards that are 3 or less so it does die, and again, helps you activate -4, helps you activate the Eldest Reborn as well. However, you can still use it on any creature. And then there's -8, which is each opponent loses life equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. Again, doesn't really go with the theme of the deck. However, it can still help you win. And then last but not least, well, I guess second to last, because we still have to go over Entranced Melody, is Connive and Concoct. I like this card. So Connive directly goes with the theme of the deck, which is basically a 4-drop and gain control of target creature with power 2 or less. But if you don't have a target, or you don't want to gain control of, you know, their 1-drop, 1/1 elf, you could go with Concoct instead, which is the 5-drop, surveil 3, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Now this is really good because you can get back Thief of Sanity, which again dies easily, Hostage Taker, or Nicol Bolas, again making them discard another card if you were able to make them discard the first time. Now we're going to go over Entrancing Melody. Now the reason why I chose Entrancing Melody for last is because you can actually switch it out with another card. So what it does is basically a 2-drop with pay any amount of mana, gain control of target creature with converted mana cost X, which is a very good card. However, it's kind of limiting because it only targets creature, and that it is 2 blue, especially the multicolor deck that could be very bad, but so it's still a good card, and that's really why I only have 3 instead of 4. You only really need 3 of them. However, if you do want to spice it up or do change it, I would recommend you change it with Mass Manipulation, even though Mass Manipulation is 4 blue, which is considerably harder to get than 2 blue. However, it is a much better card. So basically, it's 4-drop and then 2x. So basically, for each time you want to use it for another target, you need to pay 2 extra more. Gain control of X target creatures and or planeswalkers. So I like this a little bit better because it doesn't only target creatures, but it also targets planeswalkers, which is why you might want to change it with Entrancing Melody. However, Entrancing Melody, you can get off a lot quicker, and even though it only targets one creature, it's still pretty good. However, I'll leave that up to you guys. Now, let's just look at the land. The land you guys can really just change however you want, but the lands that I've been using and seem to work is basically 6 swamps, 5 mountains. There's actually no islands because you really don't need islands, even though, you know, there are a lot of things like Entrancing Melody which require 2 islands. You do have Drowned Catacombs, 2 of those, 3 Watery Graves, 4 Steam Vents, 4 Sulfur Falls, and then 1 Dragonskull Summit. So as you can tell, you really have 8, 11, you have 13 islands just with these cards in general, so that's pretty good. So this is basically what the deck does. This is the build, and let's go check it out and see how well it did. Okay, let's see what we get in a match. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like it might be a white player, and I don't mean by race. Okay, so do I want to give this hand? The answer is a very big no, because I only have 2 colors and I definitely need red. So I'm gonna mulch. It's a little bit better, but again, I am missing blue, which is what I kind of need. I don't want to go down to 5, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. Okay, this is a lot better. I mean, I'll go first. I'll keep the Shivan Fire just for a little bit of control, and I do go first, which is good. So obviously I'm just gonna have the Sulfur Falls come in tapped, which is fine. I probably should have went for another land. Again, this is fine. If I can get another land, that'd be great. But if I can't, it is what it is. Okay, it took 2 damage. Revitalized. It looks like I was gonna say a Gates deck, but this person's not playing Gates. And luckily, I was able to get that land. If I wasn't able to get that land, I mean, I don't know what would have happened. Probably would have lost the game. This person's also getting land screwed too. I mean, which really works for me. I'm definitely gonna swing. I got really lucky with this game, by the way. If I do win, ooh, definitely gonna take Dome with Acuity. Let me read this. To go back to the owners, to its owner's hand. So I'm definitely not gonna use it. Yeah, enter. I'm not gonna use it. Only because, again, it goes back to this owner's hand, so he would actually get it back. But the fact of the matter is, as long as he can't cast it, he probably has a bunch more in there anyways. Psychic Corrosion, I guess Resolve. Pass, my turn. Okay, I want to see what other card. So this looks like a mill deck. And I am able to bring his life down. Ooh, Teferi, get out of here. Get out of here. And I'm definitely gonna return target non-land permanent third from the top. Because chances are I will be able to get it and use it against him. So this actually turned out really good. This went from a really bad game to quickly to a really good one. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
This isn't a fight you can win.
Really?
You need to take time out.
Okay, I mean, he's gonna get it back, which is fine. I'm kind of glad he did that. Because I do want to kill it. Is it worth? I don't know what he has in his hand. I'm not going to attack it, because I don't really care that much, to be honest. So I could get Psychic Corrosion. Which might be good. I'm actually going to get Teferi, though, to be honest. Gonna leave Teferi on the board. I'm not gonna -3 him because there's really no point. And then end my turn. Oh, I get to untap 2 lands. I was gonna say it doesn't make a difference, but it actually does. Maybe. I don't really. The only instant I have is Shivan Fire, and I can't actually do anything other than possibly kick it. Okay. He's gonna return to hand. That's fair. He doesn't know I have 2 of them now, though.
Keep up the pace.
I'm kind of curious to see what he's gonna play, if anything. He's not running any counters. Or if he is, he doesn't have any blue to actually... I was gonna say he doesn't have any blue, but it looks like he actually does have blue now. Let's actually put you away, because I don't want you to draw more cards. has a way to counter that? Okay, he's gonna draw. I would have waited, to be honest.
Let's take it back.
Okay, so I don't think he has a counter. I'm not entirely sure. Thief of Sanity. 2 Thieves of Sanities? It's not bad. I don't know how he's gonna deal with the threat. I mean, you could destroy the field, which is, you know, again, not anything you can do about it. Psychic Corrosion, that's fine. He might have another Dovin's Acuity. 2 Psychic Corrosions. I don't know if I can actually deal with that. I mean, we'll see. Definitely gonna swing with both. I'm probably gonna get another Teferi, which I will. Then look at another top 3, and then I could do Sphinx's Insight. Okay. It is an insta speed. Do his +1. Just draw another card.
No time for a break.
No time for a break. Ooh, Eldest Reborn. It's actually pretty lit. I'm definitely gonna be discarding a lot. So let's Eldest Reborn. I mean, there's nothing that I really care about right now, and then untap 2 lands. Okay, the lands don't really matter. Yeah, I was gonna say the lands don't really matter. I can't even Shivan Fire anyways. Resolve. That's fine. It hurts. Oof. And that's why I cast Eldest Reborn. Sure. Does he have a response to this? I'm actually gonna see if I can kill it. Deal 3 damage, lightning strike it. I wanna see. Okay, he doesn't have a response to that. Resolve. Draw another card. Again, he's gonna make me mill possibly everything, which kinda suck. Ooh, that would have been a great card to have. Is it my turn? So obviously, each opponent discards a card, which is great, because I want to see what they have. I could Concoct. Again, it depends what he has. Because I'm making him mill 6, technically. For no combat damage, that would be dealt this turn. That's fine. Oh, next. Okay. No, end turn. No, I'm gonna Concoct. He's like, what? Oh, I don't even care about those, to be honest. Okay, cool. Obviously, get Nicol Bolas comes in, makes him discard another card. So again, I'm kind of curious to see what he's gonna discard. And I will be able to transform him next turn. So again, right off the bat, resolve. Resolve. So it's actually, okay. Getting rid of my Mnemonic Betrayals, it's kind of mean, not gonna lie. He has to do it, but it's mean. Psychic Corrosion again. I think he's kind of tapped out. I mean, okay, pass. He might have another prevent all combat damage. So I could, I was like, I could Tatiova, but I'm actually gonna Angrath instead. Now he might. I'm gonna make him discard the card. He's looking at that right now. He's like, what? Yeah, he's probably discard the card.
Please run.
Prevent all combat damage. Yeah, that's fine.
Stokes the forge. No fire.
I have 7, right? I do have 7. Let's turn you into a Planeswalker. That's -3U. So put you 3rd from the top, because I cannot keep doing that. I will put target creature or Planeswalker from battlefield. Oh wow, this is very nice. This is a nice combo.
Right on.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize that was a combo. No attacks. This is important. See, I only lost 2 there, and I know for a fact the next 2 cards, yeah, there's not much you could have done. It was a good game. So I wonder what we're gonna play against next. Readied up, indeed. Okay, so I'm looking at my hand, and even though I do have a Lightning Strike, I do have an Entrancing Melody, I don't have any black mana. I really shouldn't keep this. Okay, I'm gonna keep this though. There we go. I have all the land, so I definitely took a leap of faith right there. Is this a mono black deck? I mean, weird flex, it might be a mono black deck. Let me play something. Viscopa Vampire. Nice. It's not bad. Actually, this round's tapped. That's fine. I'm gonna Dead Man's Chest that. He might have a way to just get rid of it, and destroy the enchantment, or destroy the. Well, he wouldn't want to destroy the creature, because that makes it. Oh, yeah. He's a disgusting card. It means a 3/1 lifelink. Like, bro. Okay, so I mean that hurt. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm definitely going to just deal 2 damage to it and kill it. So, like, Dead Man's Chest, I feel like it's a really underrated card. And then destroy that using his murder against him. Actually, I got a bunch of good cards from that. Okay. And if he plays a strong creature like that, which is like disgusting, I do have a way to counter it. And again, I got 2 Mnemonic Betrayals. And I only have 3 in the deck. Imagine if I had 4, right? So that's why I choose to put what I put. And it seems to work out for the most part. I just realized with Mnemonic Betrayal I could Elgon Inheritance, that's actually a problem. Let's probably discard a card. I'm gonna Angrath. Make him discard another card. Now I'm actually on a ticking time clock. Well, not really, because I do have Call to Feast. Never mind. It would have been a ticking time clock. Wait, what is this? Oh, if you gain life this turn? Okay, so he's always gonna cast that then. I mean, it enters the battlefield tapped, so obviously, oh. This is very interesting. I mean, obviously I'm just gonna Viscopa. I feel like that's the best play. Make him discard whatever he has in his hand, which is, I don't even want to know. It's probably a land. No, it's not. What is this? Okay, that's scary. There's a lot of things I could do. Next. I'm gonna have my turn. That's fine. Hopefully it doesn't kill the Viscopa Mage, because that would really suck. I mean, if he swings that, I'm gonna have to burn it. I should have waited till the end of the turn to do that. That's okay. That was mean, Vraska. That was mean.
Have you in chains next time.
I mean, it'll enter tap, but he could play it. That's fine. I would be game 3. I'm actually gonna hostage taker it. Was it exile? Yeah, so that's exile. So he actually has to kill this first. Why does this have a... Oh, if I lost life, okay. Gain life. Oh, that's right, Paladin of Atonement. Okay. Gain 4 life. That's actually a really good card. Let's Eldest Reborn that, because that's disgusting. And again, just all attack. Now I actually brought him back down. Well, I was gonna say I brought him back down, but I really didn't. Now I'm only gaining life with his cards, which is really good. So he's gonna lose a life drop card. Fair. I mean, that just keeps getting stronger and stronger. Put this guy's card. Is there anything here that I could? Well, if I had more mana, I could actually use a murder. But I can't even do that. So I'm not gonna do anything just yet. You have to get an Angrath? Sure. Actually, gonna gain control of it so I can just swing with no problem. Swing out with just 3. Keep the 4 because it's actually gonna become a 5/5, which I can block with. Gets back. So now I actually have, plot twist, I have more life than he does. He might swing. I don't think he's going to, though. Now, there should be something cool I could actually put in here. Okay, Sanctum of Seeker is not a bad card. I mean, he could in response, yeah. That was good. That was good. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna get here. I do want to show you guys a game that is fair, because a lot of the games have been where someone's mana screwed, and of course someone's mana screwed. You can have a deck full of like 50 land and you can still win. Do I want to keep this? It's actually a toughie. I go first. I do have every land, although they come in tapped, but that's fine. You know, that's fine. They come in tapped. I'm okay with that. Hopefully I get another land. If I don't, I don't, right? But at least I have the land there. And that's why I chose to keep this hand. Is it the best hand? No, it's pretty decent though. There we go. There we go. And we got that swamp. So we got there. I can now actually cast Nicol Bolas. I can cast Connive. As long as there's no blue, I'm okay with that. You're like, what do you have against blue? It's like, blue's very disgusting. But you're playing blue. I know I'm playing blue. But I'm still allowed to have opinions. So part of me doesn't want to actually... Wow, I didn't actually read that card. Okay, next, end turn. My bad. That was a mistake. Whatever, I think he's gonna kill whoever is gonna... Ooh. You know what I don't need? I don't need a swamp. That's fine. I don't like that he has discarding power, but there's not much to do about that. I'm gonna Nicol Bolas for sure. Make him discard a card. I want to see what he has in his hand. Because, I mean, no one plays a Burglar Rat to make friends. Burglar Rat is one of those cards where it could be disgusting, right? Because it does make someone mill. He got rid of land. That means he has enough land probably in his hand. Probably going to kill my Nicol Bolas, which is fine, so he doesn't play another Burglar Rat. Because I don't think he can actually play a Burglar Rat and then kill. So, there you go, Ravenous Jackal. That's fine. So I could actually connive, but instead I'm going to choose a Concoct. Because I can actually get the Nicol Bolas back. Plus, I get to Surreal 3. That's fine. That's really not that. Oh, let's go 3 for 1. That's fair. I could always get rid of the Ravenous Chupacabra. This Concoct. Ooh. Definitely want the Thief. I do want that Thief of Sanity. Definitely gonna get that Nicol Bolas, make him discard another card. And this is actually what I was talking about. The reason why I do play those 3 Mnemonic Betrayals instead of 4 is that I already have 2 Mnemonic Betrayals. It's what, turn 5? Turn 6 maybe? And I have no use for, you know, both of these. I really don't. That, however, if I get another land, I can actually make use of that. That's fine. He should have another kill spell. A white on a black. Okay. Don't like where this is going so far, I'm not gonna lie. I think he's debating what to do. I think he might try to cast 2 spells, and he needs specifically like a certain color combination, and he doesn't trust the game to make the right color combination. And that's actually a good point. If you really need to do something, don't trust the game, because the game will sometimes do these weird combinations. That's fine, he's gonna do Nicol Bolas. Do I actually have a way to get rid of that? No, I don't. That's fine. Let's swing for both. So I'm definitely gonna Thief of Sanity now. I feel like Thief of Sanity is the best option. And I don't want to take more damage. I might just Lightning Strike at this point. He might have another Ixalan Binding. And if he does, that's actually, I think, the only creatures I have in the deck. Just Jump Tower Permanent, that's fine. I don't have a way to get it back right now, but I will. I might Mnemonic Betrayal. Just gonna super both again. Okay. It's not going well. So he's gonna Burglar Rat. I'm gonna get rid of one of my Resolve. One of my Mnemonic Betrayals. I'm actually gonna shock him in his face, because I don't need the shock right now. I do want to play something like a good creature. Again, he's just gonna swing. Is there anything here that I need? Nah. Okay, pass. 9 damage. He doesn't have a lot of control, which is fine. My turn. And now I will be able to Mnemonic Betrayal. Take what I need from his graveyard. Obviously, Cry of the Cranium. Get rid of all his creatures, and they're in exile, so he has no way to get them back. Okay. So now, I don't want to say we're even, because he did, like, Ixalan Binding me. But this might be a long game. Because he has control. I have semi-control. I need another land. Ooh, this is hard. I could discard that, because I do want that card. I'm gonna hope I get a land. Otherwise, it's actually... Oh, wait, no. Okay, I got the land, which is fine. This is 4-drop, so I just have to pay 4. Okay. Yeah, so I'll take his own Basilica Belhan. If he wants to kill it, he could kill it. That's fine. He's also running Eldest Reborn. Nice. Eldest Reborn is a really good card. And there's nothing in here that I was like, there's nothing in here I care about. There's a Thief of Sanity, which I really do care about. I'm gonna Eldest Reborn as well. Because you gotta make me discard it anyway, so I have to cast it. Kinda sucks. Is there anything here that I care about? I will definitely get one creature, but he might get my Thief of Sanity. He's good. Okay, so he's gonna get the Thief of Sanity, my guess, which would be like the best choice. He might do Basilica just so he gains 3 life, but oh wait, each opponent loses 3 life? Yeah, got Thief of Sanity, which makes the most sense. Hopefully I get a burn spell or something. Good enough, close enough. There we go. Obviously, gain control of my own creature. Attack. I think he ran out of options. Get the Ixalan Binding. Nice, and then dies. Okay, so I might have turned this game around because if I get Ixalan Binding, his Ixalan Binding, and then he Ixalan. Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. I could do it. That's my hand. Harmonster Cage. That's fine. Yeah, that would make the most sense. Is he really debating whether or not to do that?
Thinking fast. You're on your own.
So I'm definitely gonna Ixalan Binding to Ixalan Binding, which I think is hilarious on its own. Ixalan Binding is Ixalan Binding. Whew, that's a meme. Make him discard a card in the meantime. So this is a very like head-to-head, super control. He got rid of a land, that's fine. Hopefully all he has is land. Because of the Harmonster Cage. You know, I was worried he would have a Harmonster Cage, but I'm like, you know what? It doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it matters, but not that much. I have to play Eldest Reborn only because he might have... Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, he might have a discard card, but I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter as long as I just, you know, have to test. That actually is going to help me more than he realized. He actually should not have played that. And you're like, why? Because I'm going to Dead Man's Chest him. This is actually one of the few times that Dead Man's Chest might actually work. Opponent sacrifices a creature. Sacrifice that. I get to look at the top 2. Hopefully it's not land. I mean, okay, it is. That's fine. I probably just helped him out. It's a little bit funny. I mean, but this is head-to-head. Gonna make him discard another card. It's probably gonna be a control card. So at this point, he's gonna top deck for the most part. Okay, I could Basilica Hunt, but if he's gonna Thief of Sanity, take a chance. I don't think he has. Well, he's been drawing a lot of cards, and it did actually thin out his deck for him. Okay, that's fine. I don't have a counter spell. Don't worry. Otherwise, I definitely would have countered that. So I made a gamble. I'm like, he doesn't have a way to stop this. I was hoping on that. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. Get rid of the Harmonster Cage, or you just can't do any more of that stuff. Can't discard another card. So at this point, he actually can't even Ixalan Binding, and he can't Harmonster Cage. So well, the only way he has to get rid of it is Mortify, which is fine, right? I'd rather him Mortify and Ixalan. Well, if he Mortify Ixalan Binding, never mind. He can still get rid of like Nicol Bolas. Okay, that's fine. So I'm actually gonna transform him, which is like the best thing I could possibly do. I could deal 10 damage, and I actually will deal 10 damage. Start your Planeswalker. Don't want that alive. That probably wasn't the play, but it was my plan. We can discard. I could actually Mortify. I'm gonna Mortify. I mean, like, I could have Harmonster's Cage, but I'm gonna wait. I want to see what this guy does. I don't know what options he has left. He might mortify that. I might try to kill it. I mean, like, look, Nicol Bolas is definitely a disgusting card. I don't think there was ever a bad Nicol Bolas. So in response, I'm actually gonna destroy that. I get my, yeah, plan to that.
This isn't the last you've heard of me.
So this isn't bad. I mean, I don't want to say, because I don't want to say I'm gonna win, but there's a high chance I might actually win this game. Yeah, okay, I'm good. Definitely gonna Angrath for
No fire.
make him discard a card because I don't like what he has in his hand. Can I? What's in here? He's not bad. Okay, he's not in here. I will swing. Oh, never mind. Oh, Eldest Reborn. I could Eldest Reborn, but I'm actually gonna Burglar Rat instead. This was an intense game. I don't know why I said good game. I want to see what he has. It was a land. Okay. I'll surveil 3. Is there even a creature in my graveyard? Probably not. Okay. I was hoping to get a creature, you know, that I could put in the graveyard, but it's fine. Gonna gain 3 life again? Bruh. Okay. I'm actually just gonna swing with that. He probably has something to deal with his own creature. Is that kind of? It's kind of. Not really. Make him discard. There we go. I'm so glad I did that.
No fire. No.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hopefully get this to 8 and then kill him. That is my new game plan right now. He might try to stop it, but that's my game plan. And right now, this is actually a bigger threat than that. I mean, obviously I'm just gonna block it. And I do actually have a way to kill it. So, I forgot that I had Shivan Fire. Ooh, each opponent sacrifices. Yeah, let's talk about the Planeswalker. TBH. Let me see if he has a way to deal with his own Eldest Reborn. Because that's the threat. He does, which is good. So I'm actually gonna Shivan Fire. 4 damage to that. Now, I will Ixalan Binding. Make sure he can't play another Eldest Reborn. Because that's disgusting. I don't know why he said oops. Okay. I still don't know why I said oops. I think that was a better play. I mean, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that's a land, but I'm not entirely sure. So I gotta make sure.
Run.
Nope, it's a land. So that was a very satisfying game. So before we go into the faults of the deck and the bad matchups, I want to point out a couple of things. For one, I want to say sorry. Because, as you can tell, a lot has changed since when I first started recording this video to right now. A couple of things have changed. A new set came out. Like, the entire time that I've been working on this video, because I was kind of procrastinating, kind of doing a lot of other stuff as well, a whole new set came out, which means the meta kind of changed a little bit. And luckily, though, this deck still worked more or less the same. But, so I do apologize for that. But the biggest change throughout that, besides getting a haircut, besides changing my clothes, besides working on my psoriasis a little bit, which looks a little bit more clear, is that I got a green screen. So I could do cool stuff like I'm doing right now. I have videos play behind me and that type of stuff. And I will be doing a lot more of that in the future. But without further ado, let's look at the faults of the deck and the bad matchups. So I wonder who we're going to play next. A Shifty Lad. I like the name. Okay. So I go first. Do I want to keep this? Not really. I don't have all the colors and I need... Oh, wow. I definitely don't want to keep this either. I don't want to go down to 5, but I have to. I have no choice. I have to keep this. Good. Okay. Steam Vents will obviously come and tap. Because then I can play Sulfur Falls with no problem. This is Gates? No. I got excited. I'm like, Gates? Next. I have my turn. Because I like playing against Gates because it is mid-range. That's gonna die, like right now. I don't even want that alive. That's disgusting. That could get really bad really quickly. I love he's like nice, and I'm like, okay. I know you're a little bit salty. Oh wow, he has another one. He might have another 2. He has another 2. I don't know what the chances of that happening, to be honest. Was it worth a Mnemonic Betrayal for 1? Yes. In my opinion, a fat yes. So he's gonna be getting a lot of life. I bet he didn't see that one coming. I mean, there's no point in me doing that. It's just like, I had nothing else to do. No. I thought he would have a Johnny's Pride. Ooh. If I get 1 more land, I could deal with the Johnny's Pride mate. He's gonna swing for 4. No blocks. No point. 1 more land. There we go. I'm gonna have to pay the 2. It's fine. I will gain control.
Ever seen water your crew from my vision?
Yeah, I'll attack for both. I mean, he's gonna be getting a lot of life anyways, but it's fair. I mean, I could Eldest Reborn. I will Eldest Reborn next turn because, I mean, Angrath's definitely gonna die. It was gonna die no matter what. So he's like, nice. I mean, I don't know what he has. Okay. I'm not saying I stopped him completely because I definitely didn't. Oh my gosh. Hopefully I don't take 4. Yeah. Now I kind of want something to just gain control of these guys. As I say that, I will wait for Entrancing Melody, actually. I'm kind of curious to see what he's gonna get rid of. Because he might have another Johnny, and I do want to like use it for a Johnny, of course. Smart. No tax. Because if I could get 3 creatures on board, which is definitely possible. Believe it or not, no. I'd rather have the Sky March down. Number 2 in the box. Am I dead? Almost. Oh. Actually, I'm gonna have to do this. Pay 1. And take control of that. And I'm actually going to deal 2 damage to that. I think that was the play, to be honest. No tax. So now he's gonna have to cast 2 creatures in order to activate his ability again. I don't know why the guy keeps saying nice. I love how everything's actually going to. So I'm just gonna get a Johnny's Primate back. Good game. That's a good game too. I mean, I could swing. Yeah, I'll start swinging just to bring his life down. I mean, I still gain life. Oh no, I don't. Okay, that's right. The ability wouldn't activate because it would have to check. Oof. Okay. He might swing. I'm not gonna block. Just get rid of that. No attacks. If I just had 1 more creature, I'd be okay. 3 life, draw a card. I mean, I have 4 creatures in there. It's gonna swing out. No blocks. I'm taking a chance. Taking a chance right now. Good game. Now, this was, yeah. I mean, like, I could have blocked, but I'm like, you know what? If I get a creature, I would have been okay. But, you know, that's what happens sometimes. Let's see about this match. Wonder who we're gonna be playing against this time. Farshad. Hopefully that's a randomized avatar. Because, again, playing against a Karn, you don't really want to. I go first again. I will definitely keep. I have 1 of every color. I have a Shivan Fire, I have Lightning Strike, plus a Damage Chest. Plus the Eldest Reborn. I mean, Eldest Reborn is important, don't get me wrong, but it's not the highlight of, you know, the highlight of this right now is just having another Damage Chest. I don't like the colors that I'm playing against right now. Not gonna lie. Turn, okay. Okay, so now I kind of need land. I want to play a creature though. Okay, so I guess we're just both biding time. Okay. Luckily, I was able to get the land, which is good. Come on. I guess he's waiting to counter. I'm waiting to places. I just want to play something so I can play stuff like without getting interrupted. So it's for Zonka, that's fine. I'm not gonna counter. No. Oh. I'm not straight with the kill. At least try to deal 3 damage to him. I want him to counter this spell. That means he has a counter. I'm actually gonna Concoct. You know, he might have a counter. Yeah, I thought he had a counter. But see, I'd rather him counter that than counter Eldest Reborn, which I might actually need, right? So if he plays the fairy or something like that. I'm gonna try. He might counter it. He doesn't know what I have in hand, though. But I want him to play out his counter spells, because when you're playing against a control deck, what you need to do, which is actually like a little bit counterintuitive, and I know it's not gonna work here because I just don't have the cards and he doesn't have creatures that I can play on. That you need to make them waste the counters, right? Otherwise, they're just gonna keep amassing counters in their hand, and then like there's no way to stop them. Is there anything here that I care about? Nothing I can do. See, he's not playing creatures. This is just one of those weird times that I can't really do anything. If you were instant, if Mnemonic Betrayal was instant, I feel like it would be. Oh, there you go. I was like, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he was just biding his time. Okay. I mean, he's playing 3 colors. There's a lot of control. I'm gonna try to play this. What I probably should have done was Mnemonic Betrayal and then Syncopate. Is that seriously? Just let me have that? Okay. It's a little bit weird. Not gonna lie. End turn. Does he not have a way to stop it? Oh, I think if I swing, he'll have a way to stop it, maybe. Okay, he has that. That's fine. So that's exile, meaning there's no way me getting that back even. Okay. See, now I'm just getting land, which is like, land's... Ooh, it's like, land's fine. There's not much I can do. See, this is a classic example, and I'm glad this is actually happening, where I'm playing against a deck that plays no creatures. Or at least we haven't seen any creatures. So basically, every single card in my hand, including the Mnemonic Betrayal, because he mostly has counters and stuff to get rid of creatures, it doesn't work. As I say that. So, I mean, I could try to Shivan Fire, but can I gain control? I cannot. If I get Woolbar land, I can. That's Flash, right? Yeah. I mean, he could discard a card and make it hexproof. Can I? No. I can't deal anything to it right now. I did get the land. I'm gonna try to gain control of it. I mean, I know he has a counter in hand. See, at this point, there's really not much I can do. There's a lot of things he can do. He might try to give hexproof. Okay, I'm gonna try to gain control of it again, because I don't think he has any other win con besides this card. Okay, 4. I want to see what he does actually. So he does have its fairy. Probably gonna +1 it. And the fact that I can keep giving this hexproof, he actually can't really counter it. Yeah, but see, this is a classic example. This is a direct counter to this deck. There's really not much I could do. I can't, you know, gain control of his planeswalkers. And again, there's just not a lot of creatures for me to, you know, try to get control of. So I'm gonna hope he doesn't have a counter. I'm gonna try this again. I want to see if it works. I mean, if it doesn't, then yeah, it's gonna be a concede. But yeah, well, I'll say GG. Yeah, so again, that's just one of those direct counters to the deck. So I am glad that it did happen, so I can show you guys what actually counters it. So, to the crux of the matter, to the question that is on everyone's mind, how did this deck do? Would you recommend this deck, and would you play this deck again? I think I would definitely play this deck again. I liked what it did. I liked how it ran, and it did what it was supposed to do. It took everything that your opponent loved and hold dear to their heart and used against them. So this is a mid-range deck, and a lot of my decks, you will see this over the course of time, are probably going to be mid-range because that's my play style. I don't like heavy aggro, I don't like heavy control. I'm kind of more of in the middle type of guy. When it comes to the win percentage, it did win around 65% of the time, which, especially at MTG Arena, is not bad. But, and this is a big but, keep in mind, it was only good for the between silver and low platinum ranking. that is where you would get this 65% win. However, anything above low platinum, so high platinum and above, it's kind of a crapshoot. It loses a lot more than it did between those ranks. I would say that the win rate went down between, at least when I did play it in past seasons, it went down from 65% to around 30%, which is definitely not something you want to do if you are trying to get that legendary mythic rank. However, if you are climbing the ladder and want to have a little bit of fun, this, I would highly recommend this would be the deck to use. Now, the good. It works well against creature heavy decks, and this is very important because I will come back in the bad and explain why this could actually hurt you. But for right now, if someone's using a lot of creatures, and even if they're using, you know, enough creatures, I would say at least 10 creatures, this works really well. On top of that, if they don't use a lot of creatures, or you don't feel like using their creatures against them, this deck offers not only pretty good creatures, but it offers good control as well. Not too much control, because again, that's not my playstyle, but it offers enough control that you could hopefully win within a couple of turns. Now, the bad. Going back to the point, the same point about creature heavy decks, if you are facing a deck that is not creature heavy, and I actually didn't foresee this when I was making this deck, and I didn't think I would face a lot of people who, you know, didn't have a lot of creatures, but I did, which kind of surprised me. I lost. I want to say I lost like 95% against those decks. If someone's not running creatures, Mr. Steal Your Girl or guy does not know what to do with that, because there's no creatures, so a lot of the cards are just not necessary, and you lose momentum pretty quickly. Now, on that same note, a lot of decks that happen to not have a lot of creatures are heavy control. Even if they do have a lot of creatures, heavy control is just a problem for not only this deck, and as you will see, for the bad, for a lot of my decks, heavy control is probably going to be up there. But yeah, so that's what it really loses to. So if you are not facing a heavy control deck or a creatureless deck, you should do pretty well. And again, keep in mind, it's from the silver ranking anywhere to low platinum. Anything above is kind of a crapshoot. I still use it, even when I'm trying to get to mythic, but I don't use it as much as I would between those ranks. So please let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of this deck. If you want to try it out, if it looks interesting enough for you to try out, I would greatly appreciate the feedback. If you have any suggestions to make the deck even better than it is, please let me know. And yeah, that's really all I have to say.